In 1975, under the Fisheries Act of 1970, regulations were put forward by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism to create marine and coastal protected areas in Tanzania. 7 small areas of reef were declared marine reserves for total protection, one of these being Mafia Island. After continuing studies on the socio-economics of the area conducted by the University of Dar es Salaam, the Mafia Island Marine Park was fully established in 1996 and encompasses an area of 821 kilometres squared. Mafia Island is located 21 kilometres east of the Rufiji River Delta and 60 kilometres south of Dar es Salaam, thus being advantageously situated within the main flow of the East African coastal current. The waters of the Mafia Island region form one of the most finest complexes of mangrove, estuarine, coral reef and marine ecosystems in the world. Mafia Island Marine Park is home to a plethora of habitats for over 400 species of sponge, 400 species of fish and many other invertebrates such as nudibranchs, cuttlefish and lobsters, and is thus known as a global diversity hotspot. The area of the park has been recognised as a critical site for biodiversity, as it possesses critical habitat for the dugong and 5 species of sea turtles, all of which have been deemed either vulnerable or endangered by the IUCN 1994. The park is outlined by an 800-metre wide buffer zone, which protects the park from detrimental practices such as coral mining and commercial fishing. Mafia Island Marine Park is patrolled by local wards, maintaining a permit system. This allows the marine park to be restricted, however, still allows local fishers and tourists to enjoy the special ecosystems and resources that the park offers. The core value of the Mafia Island Marine Park, as defined by the Mafia Island Marine Park Revised Management Plan in 2000, is to ensure that, quote, communities are involved and participate fully in the management, conservation and sustainable utilisation of the marine and coastal resources. A daily marine park fee exists for those who enter the Mafia Island Marine Park, with this money being put back into the reserve to help with management and conservation. Some objectives of the Mafia Island Marine Park include, quote, to assist the management of the Mafia Island Marine Park so that the ecosystem processes and biodiversity are maintained for the benefit of the people of Tanzania and particularly the Mafia Island community, and to facilitate the development of economic activities to reduce pressures on the park whilst ensuring all natural resources within the park are used sustainably. In 1993, as part of the General Management Plan, the management goals, which reflect the integration of development, environmental protection and sustainable resource use, were expressed as, quote, to stimulate the rational development of non-utilised natural resources including tourism, and to involve marine park users, especially the Mafia Island community, in the planning, development and management of the park, and to give priority of resource use and economic opportunity to Mafia Island community. 10 village communities exist within the boundaries of the Mafia Island Marine Park. These villages are broadly distributed, situated close to the coastal forests, the coast, or on the offshore islands such as Chole. These inhabitants are highly dependent on the natural resources of the area for food, shelter and income. Some examples of income that are dependent on the marine resources of Mafia Island include octopus fishing, seaweed harvesting and shell collection. Although the community of Mafia Island had high involvement in the park planning, which led to high levels of compliance of local stakeholders, conflict still exists amongst communities, gear users and between fishers and the staff of the marine park. Non-compliance within the marine park has been seen in relation to increasing fishing pressures that are being placed on Mafia Island Marine Park, such as the risk of destructive fishing from non-local fishers. Mafia Island Marine Park attracts fishers from all over Tanzania due to their local waters becoming depleted of fish stocks. Since the implementation of the marine park, dynamite fishing has been eradicated. However, destructive fishing methods from non-local fishers, such as pull nets, defined as, quote, bottom dragging nets that are hand-pulled over the reef, are still to be seen responsible for the majority of catch within the marine park. A study by Kincaid et al. In 2014 assessed the viewpoints of fishers from two fishing communities on the island that possessed different use histories and involvement in the Mafia Island Marine Park protected area. Due to their disparate histories and usage of different fishing methods and gear, both these fishing communities possessed very different views regarding to the benefits of restriction on certain gear types. The study showed that 94% of fishers believed that without the presence of the protected area, overfishing and destroyed habitats due to dynamite use would still exist. Overall, fishers were found to be more positive about no-take closed areas in place of general use areas, mainly due to these fishing pressures. The establishment of the Mafia Island Marine Park has evidently been effective in managing the interdisciplinary, participatory and contextual approaches that need to be accounted for when managing a successful protected area. However, improvements to regulations that deal with compliance need to be made in order to reduce pressures placed on the natural resources of this critical site for future generations of both local communities and the marine environment.